Are you looking for a gift for that person who's notoriously hard to buy for and appreciates high quality things? Good, you're in the right place. Welcome, I'm Murawski, and this is the channel that helps you own better, look better, and live better. Okay, we're gonna get right to it. I can't stand videos that wanna tell you their history and their feelings about Christmas or whatever. No, we're gonna get right to the gifts. So, first thing on my list is the Kent Beard and Mustache Comb. Now, why do I think this is a good gift? Number one, if you don't have a beard or a mustache, don't worry, because Kent also has other combs. These are widely regarded as some of the best combs on earth. They're all just beautifully made. I have one for, you know, my beard and stuff like that, but this one's $8. So it's a great stocking stuffer or something to get for somebody who you know, who just, you know, appreciates facial hair, takes care of their appearance. Like I said, they're fantastic. There's so many different models of these things that you could get ones for people with long flowing locks, like I used to have once. Or a tiny little mustache comb, whatever you want to get. They're all just very nicely made and stuff that will last for a long time. This next one is a book that I recommend to a lot of people. It's one that I really like, but it's not a book that you want to read cover to cover, and that's the Personal MBA. Basically, it's a reference book from somebody who has their MBA and says, you know, I mean, if you don't use this stuff, you forget it. And a lot of what I learned can be distilled down into this book. So a lot of these things are very useful, especially if you're into owning a small business or entrepreneurship or just interested in this kind of thing in general. But again, I don't think anybody's masochistic enough to sit down and read it cover to cover. It's more like, it's one of those things that you just want to reference from time to time. I actually have kind of an annual tradition where I listen to it while I do leaves each year. By the time I'm done doing leaves, I'm done with the book. You can get it for about $35 in paperback. Next up from Big Idea Design is the TI Mini Pen. I love Big Idea Design. Their stuff is just so nicely made, well machined. You could feel like it's gonna last forever. And this is a great little product. The cool thing about this too is that there's some customization that you can do. So you can actually get it in a couple of different materials. I mean, Big Idea Design is famous for their work in titanium. And you can get it in two different flavors of titanium. You can get it either stone washed or machined raw. You could also get it in titanium black. It comes in brass and it also comes in copper. Now the titanium version is the most expensive at $35, but this is one of those things again where if you buy it for somebody, they're gonna have it forever. They're gonna use it unless they lose it, in which case that sucks. All right, so a lot of people talk about Pisgah range laces or Mad Dog boot laces or some other kind of shoelace like that. More or less paracord laces, and they're great. They really are. But I think that one of the unsung heroes is actually Obenaufs boot laces. These things are so good, and I can't believe nobody's talking about them. They're also really, really affordable. I mean, I'm talking like the cheapest one you can get is $7, and then they go up to, hold on a second, a whopping $8.90 because they come in all these different lengths. So you can get them in 54, 63, 72, 90, and 108 inches. They're industrial strength waxed laces, which last a lot longer than stock laces. Now they don't come in any funky colors or anything like that, but if you're looking for just a simple, solid, bomb-proof lace, or maybe just an upgrade to the laces that come with your boots, Obenaufs, they don't get enough credit. But as long as we're talking about high quality, unforgettable gifts, we have to talk about this video's sponsor, and that is Goral's brand new coat. Look at this thing. Now, if you know me, you know I love a good jacket. In my opinion, there's no cooler leather jacket in the winter than the B3 Bomber. And Goral has come out with one that is really something to talk about. All right, so the Goral family have actually been making shoes since 1936. They were originally from Poland, and then they decided to bring their expertise to the UK. Now, this shearling jacket is the first installment of the new generation for Goral. Handcrafted from the most supple shearling with a smooth leather exterior, it's profiled with Horween Chromexcel leather binding that gives the Goral edge to make it like no other. This jacket embodies all the elements of quality, functionality, and exclusivity that you would expect from a handmade product. Crafted from full-grain leather with a bold shearling, double buckle fastening collar, jetted pockets, and premium steel hardware throughout. This is made from full-grain leather and full-grain shearling lining. Each jacket also comes to you with a hanger and dust bag for storage. Now these things are handmade, one at a time, and they are made to order, so expect your delivery in 20 to 25 days. If you're looking for a statement jacket that's as warm as it is cool looking, this right here is awesome. It feels like I'm getting like a really nice, stylish, high quality hug. So if you're looking for that really special gift for that person who means so much to you, check out one of these right here. Thank you, Goral, for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the list. How about a bowl from Vermont Bowl Company? Now this is a kind of a woodworking shop, and they have a whole bunch of bowls, of course, but they also have other products as well. So basically anything that's in a bowl, whether it's a tortilla chip serving dish or a set of bowls, it's all there. But they also have cutting boards, they have other little gifts and stuff like that as well. The cool thing about this, and the reason that I picked it, is that it's a small American shop making cool stuff the way that they used to be made. So these are beautiful pieces, heirloom quality kind of stuff, and maybe it's not something that you would, want to outfit your entire kitchen with, but something as a display piece, maybe something that you can keep. We have a little bowl by our front door where we keep keys and stuff like that. Perfect for that kind of thing. So go on there, you can peruse around. They have a lot of different stuff and just a cool small company that, again, is, you don't really hear much about. From Happy Patina. Now, Happy Patina actually has a lot of different products, but the one that I chose is a little bit more expensive because it's a kit. This is the EDC kit. It's $165. This comes with their minimalist wallet, a key fob, a single wrap wristband, and 3-step leather care product to enhance the leather. Now, a lot of us will spend $165 on a wallet alone, but this comes with all those pieces and the stuff to take care of it. So if you've ever been curious as to how natural veg tan patinas and eventually kind of rewards you with this beautiful caramelized dark brown, I mean, it really is beautiful, then this is a really good way to do it with Happy Patina's kit. One of the tools that I like to use at my job has actually made the leap into my normal life, and that's the Klein electrician scissors. These are just heavy duty, really sharp scissors that work better than any kitchen scissors I've ever had before. Usually the kitchen scissors end up falling apart, but electrician scissors are meant to cut through little bits of wire, and we use them for stripping Romex, a lot of different things. They're very handy, but they're so well made that I end up just using them everywhere else, and they're also really affordable. I think you can get a pair for like 15 bucks on Amazon, but this is the kind of thing where it's a crossover from a different world, and it's maybe overbuilt for what you're gonna be using it for just around the house, but that means it's gonna basically last forever. However, if what you want is one of those grail piece, like really impressive kind of things, well, there's an alternative to these scissors from the company Ernest Wright. These are their Turton, I probably pronounced that wrong, kitchen scissors. They're $130. All right, but hang on a second, all right? This company, first of all, has enough heritage that you could easily go down the rabbit hole and learn more about it, but these are, the whole thing with Ernest Wright is they say every pair is a gem, and they're just beautifully polished, wonderfully made. I mean, this is the kind of thing that you're gonna find in antique stores 130 years from now. This is probably gonna be the last pair of scissors that you're ever gonna buy anybody. And I know this is a lot of money for a pair of scissors, and if all you need is a pair of scissors that will cut things, then you probably don't need these. However, for somebody like my mother, who is always trying to get the best thing she possibly can, whether that's Le Creuset, pots and pans, or whatever, and she really takes pride in the things that she has, this is a great gift for somebody like that. All right, I gotta tell you, one of the products that I bought for myself, which I wear all the time, is my Dehen 1920 shawl, sweater, cardigan, jacket, sweater, cardigan. I don't know, it's a long name, but basically it's the 2.0 version of their jacket cardigan. And it's first of all, it's about 5 pounds, but it's incredibly warm. It's also really versatile. So you could put it on and it almost makes you look a little bit dressed up because it has that big broad collar, which almost has this like royal look to it. But it does something that very few products do. It looks really dressed up, but it's also insanely comfortable. So Dehen 1920 is out of Portland, Oregon, and they make some incredible stuff. If you go and look through their website, guaranteed you'll find some grail-worthy stuff. But I gotta tell you, this is maybe the best thing that I bought last year, and I actually bought 2 of them because I liked the black one that I bought so much. I got a gray one as well, and I'm thinking about maybe getting a blue one this year. Now they're spendy, don't get me wrong. But I gotta tell you, when it comes to price per wear, I'm gonna easily be paying pennies for this thing because I wear it all the time. Basically, from October through, March, this is a layering piece for me. I mean, even just hanging around the house, they're just so good. I can't say enough about them. However, if that's not quite your speed, but you still want the same kind of look, then check out the Heimat Eager Shawl Collar Cardigan. Kind of the same type of thing, but not as contrasty and not as not as in your face with it, but the idea here is still the same. Now, this is a little bit cheaper. I think that Dehen version is $425. This is $355. Sweaters they're just not cheap in general. This also comes in 2 different colors, so you can get it in desert, which is a really cool kind of tan color, and you can also get it in ink, which is a dark, dark blue. And both of them look great. Of course, my money is on the Dehen. If you have a friend who's into EDC and has enough knives to outfit a small army, maybe you want to get them something that they really weren't expecting and probably don't have. And that's where this comes in. So this is from WESN. I think that's an acronym. It's called the MT. And it looks kind of like a paperclip. But the cool thing about this is that it's actually several different tools in one. And I love stuff like this where it's totally solid state, no moving parts or anything like that, and it does a lot of different things. Now they list out kind of the things that it does. It's a little bit bigger than a paperclip, obviously, if you want to use it as a pry bar or a cap lifter or something like that, but it's really, really cool. They call it the Swiss Army tool of the 21st century. And having something like this on you at all times is just really very useful, and I kind of want to get one of these for myself, honestly. From the Blackbeard, we have the fire starting kit, and I have no problem starting a fire when I have the right stuff. However, when you really need to start a fire and you don't have the right stuff, it could mean life or death. Now, most of us aren't in that situation. And honestly, where I see this thing being used best is, in like a camping kit or something like that. I mean, if you like to go camping, if you like to start fires or whatever, this has everything that you need in it. It has the little fire plugs, it has a lighter, and it's 50 bucks. So if you have somebody who's into this type of thing, or maybe even just a bug out bag or some sort of preparation type of thing, this is a really cool kit and it has everything you need. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you know I love the company Knafs. First of all, they're really cool people, they have a lighthearted approach, and they make some great products. Now, the Lander 2 is my Knaf of choice. It's about $130, but Knafs has a lot of different knives over there, they range in price. And so you can get everything from the $200 plus Lulu, large Lulu, which is made here in the USA, or you can get some of the cheaper ones that are imported, which will cost a lot less if you want like a stocking stuffer or something like that. They also have a few other gifts on there that I think are really interesting, like they have a poster that shows an exploded version of a knife. Again, if you have somebody who just has more knives than they know what to do with, but they want other things, this is a great option. Matter of fact, I want to get one of these and like frame it and put it up here because it's just so cool looking. But Knafs does a lot of great products. I've been carrying their Lander 2 for the last, I don't know, 6 months or something like that, and it's been wonderful. Love it. You can never have enough socks. Well, maybe you can, because at this point I have so many darn tough Vermont socks that I'm rotating through them and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that pair. But if you're somebody or you know somebody who hasn't really taken the leap to spend a decent amount of money on a good pair of socks, I'm talking like $20, $25 on a pair of socks, introduce them to the world of wonderful socks, because merino wool socks are just incredible and nobody does it better than Darn Tough Vermont, in my opinion. There are other companies that do it just as well. Fox River is one, Smart Wool is another. There's a few out there that do a nice job, but to my knowledge, nobody else has the product, the insane warranty, and just the cool variety that Darn Tough has. So if you go on there and you have somebody who's into work, they have, in my opinion, the best work socks out there. They also have a lot of ones for different applications, hiking. They have whimsical ones with funky little drawings on them and stuff. You can basically find anything that you want over there. And if you're like me, you'll become a Darn Tough convert and never want to wear anything else. So one of the things that I always talk about when I review a bag is that I like a big, large compartment without a lot of little side zippers and compartments inside of it, because I find I always lose stuff. You know how many times I've opened up a bag that has one of those and I'm like, oh, that's where that went. I actually like a big open box, and then I can put my own little cubes inside of that, and that's exactly what I have here from Mystery Ranch. Mystery Ranch has these really cool things called their Mission Packing Cubes, and you could buy these things individually if you want to, or you can buy the set. Individually, the small one's 25 bucks, the large one's $35, and the set is $75. And you can also choose your color, but more or less you can have, a whole bunch of these things and put it into your bag exactly as you like it. So you can have toiletries in one, another one has whatever, I don't know. But I like this idea of interior organization with being able to remove kits like this. This really makes a big difference, and these are great. They're well made, and Mystery Ranch is a really well-respected name, so I love these. As long as we're talking about bags, I saw this and I was like, I really want one of those. That was back in the summer. And this is from the company RUX. It's their collapsible gear bag in 70 liter. And from what I understand, they have a bunch of different sizes and stuff. but it's really, really cool looking, and it comes in orange, which I love. The whole idea here is it's a big gear bag, and if you're going to the beach, like I always go to the beach with the kids, you know, you can never have enough storage. And this also, it converts from a side sling kind of thing, like you would carry a duffel bag, to a backpack. It has a hard bottom on it. It also stands up on its own, which a lot of bags can't claim. So it basically has all of the benefits of a hard box or a hard container, but it also collapses down so you can store it or put it away or whatever. It's 300 bucks. It's not cheap, but it's also gigantic. It looks really, really cool. And I'll tell you that this is definitely something that's on my list this year. Vermont Glove, in my opinion, makes the best pair of work gloves out there, and the Vermonter is my glove of choice. Now, these aren't cheap, but again, they'll last you basically forever. They're $115, and just the way they make them, I don't know what to tell you. I always go to these, and I have a lot of really nice gloves that I can choose from, but I wear these the most often. They're just beautifully made. Something about the design is just spot on. And the cool thing too is, if this isn't quite your thing, they actually just came out with one that's lined in merino wool, so they have a few different ones, but the most important thing to me is that this is a small company right up in Vermont, and they've just been making these gloves forever. A lot of people who I work with, linemen and stuff like that, they swear by them, and that's why I ended up buying my first pair, and I gotta tell you, I'll never go back. The Vermont Glove Vermonter I'll always have a pair of these. All right, here's something that's on my list, and so I thought I would include it just in case you're interested as well, and that is a plate carrier from GoRuck. I heard something about, actually I think it was Mike Rowe talking about how he always loads up his rucksack and will go out on hikes, and he'll basically carry like 60 pounds with him. Can you believe it? And he'll go on these long hikes, and that is the reason that he's not like 300 pounds now. I always like doing weighted pull-ups, weighted push-ups, stuff with your own body weight plus a little bit. And the plate carrier looks really cool, especially because it actually gets out of the way. So you can put this thing on and not feel like you're, you know, if I want to take the dog for a walk for a couple of miles or something like that, and I want to throw something on, I don't want to look like I'm super tactical boy out on the streets of my, you know, suburban neighborhood. This is a good way to kind of get your exercise in and also not look like a moron doing it. So they're expensive, and of course you gotta pay for quality and stuff like that. And I know that there's other ways to do it. Some people will just simply load up a backpack with weights or dumbbells or sand or something like that. But in this case, I like the fact that it's compact, it's meant to go together, and then I don't have to worry about it. But that's something that's on my list. The one that I like is about 130 bucks, and I think you have to buy the plate separately, but still, I like working out. This is something that helps me be active and be outside with a little bit of resistance training, and so that's something that I want. But let's not forget that the best gift that you can ever give somebody is simply spending time with them. There's nothing that my parents have ever given me which could ever replace the memories that I have with them. And those are just parents. The time that I spend with my kids, the time that I spend with my wife, or the people who I love most is worth more than the best gift that I've ever gotten. So if you simply can't afford any of these things on here, or if there's nothing in here that strikes your fancy, in my opinion, there's no better gift than spending time with somebody. So certainly the cheapest gift is sometimes the best. So don't feel like you gotta spend the money to buy something expensive on this list. Spend time with the people that you love. You never know when it'll be the last time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Goral for sponsoring this video. Thank you to my patrons for making videos like this possible. And happy holidays, no matter what you celebrate, to you, your friends, and your family. Enjoy it. I'll talk to you soon.